I should get a ding in a minute. See? This is ding ding. Big Bear Homestead is live. You are live. Oh.
Jerry Simmons.
That's Teresa.
Oh. Hola. Not hola. That's aloha.
Why is it?
I don't know.
Oh. No, it says offline.
No, it doesn't.
Right there it does.
Where?
Up there. It says offline.
I don't know what that.
But it's still playing.
Can you guys see and hear us okay?
Mr. and Mrs. Boss.
Greetings from the Great White North. Hello, Canada.
You're good. It's weird.
You're weird.
At Julie's for dinner. That stinks. Steph, how are things going at the Martin family homestead? What?
That was rude.
They're doing rebuild. What?
You just screamed in my ear.
I'm sorry. I look lower than normal, but can sing and hear you. Resolution was bad. We might have to play with that now that they updated it. You see how it's the little mixer thing is different? Chipmunk. No, you! I will whoop you!
What? What? I was just gonna see how sharp my knife was. What? No, what?
Doing very well in a rental for now. Good. Alright, Steve, give everybody hugs and loves from us.
Don't call later because we're gonna be watching The Dead.
Jason's trying to get beat up already. All animals are gone for now. Aw. I hate that y'all are having to go through all that.
Yankee living. What's up?
Whoa.
Well, you can tell I lost weight.
Yes.
Got a big neck now.
Hey, Tanya. Wait, it says Tanya Turner now.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait. I think she changed. No, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Maybe it's her Facebook that she doesn't have changed. I don't remember.
I know she cheats at Words with Friends.
Okay, so as you can see, I'm playing with yarn. I don't have a book in front of me. Stop messing with your pecs. That's gross. We've been super busy the last couple of days, so I don't have anything prepared for essential oils.
Bandana Grandma.
However, we have not done just, hey, how you doing? This is what we're doing kind of live stream in a really long time.
Yeah, I know.
So we figured
Whoop, whoop.
that we would take. Oh, look
Don't
at
say
that.
no. Don't say nothing because we're doing a channel shout out.
Oh. So that is so that's what we're doing. We're going to just kind of sit and chat with everybody. Sorry if I'm disappointing anybody who came for a class. I apologize. But we will talk a little bit as we're talking about stuff that's going on. I will let you in on a few things that we've used over the last couple of months that have been very helpful.
No oils.
No oils. Hello, it's Amy for real. That's not nice.
I was just singing.
No.
Do. Okay, I won't sing that. La 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 la.
And here I thought you were going to start singing. We represent.
See, that's you. That's ugly. See, that was you being ugly. Not
Wasn't
me.
being ugly. That's what I thought. I live with one. Don't you start.
You know what's really cool?
What?
And I'm gonna call her out. Mark, her husband,
Mhm.
sent me a text message. Said happy birthday. Nothing.
Nothing from Amy.
Nothing. I didn't even see it on my Facebook.
Oh wow.
Nothing. And it cuts like a knife.
Well.
Nothing.
Sorry.
Mark still loves me.
Mark still loves you though. Yeah. Well.
Amen, Mark.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I thought about that when he said it. I feel really bad.
First, my name and picture couldn't be on a flyer last year.
Oh, and then this year she misspelled.
And then this year she misspells my name and no birthday wish.
No, this is not scrubby yarn. This is some yarn I picked up at Michael's. It was on sale for $4 or $3 a skein.
Sugar mama.
It's called Barcelona. That's really cool. I did not take that up with my assistant.
What's up, Lone Star?
Lone Star. Yeah, it will. And Bandana Grandma, this is 7 ounces of yarn. So, and they're getting ready to get rid of it. So, the first skein that I bought was $6, which was still pretty good for this amount of yarn. But then when I went back Saturday, they had it. We were running around town trying to get everything ready for Jason's birthday, and we had to stop in there because Blaze wanted to apply there. And while we were there, of course, I couldn't go in without looking. So. I miss crocheting. You know what? I get to crochet. Oh, look who that is.
Thanks, Dutch.
Look who it is.
Semper Fi, man.
What's up?
So, Amy, I haven't seen Hope yet, and I haven't seen Nunda. So, Amy, you have to take charge of this. We need to have an intervention at the conference. Somebody needs a yarn intervention.
I have a problem.
She cannot drive past Joann's, Michael's,
and it's
Hobby
so
Lobby.
Bad. It's so bad.
Without going in. They may have a sale.
Because in Anderson, here's the problem in Anderson. In Anderson, they are all within a mile of each other. So it's like, you start at Joann's, and then you go a little bit further, and you got Michael's, and then you've got Walmart, because Walmart has yarn. Then you go a little bit further, you got Michael's, that, and you got Hobby Lobby, and they're all, like, for real, they're all within.
We have.
Oh, there's Cherish.
Where's
Yay.
Cherish?
Hope's Homestead. She just
I
had her
see
little
her.
hand up.
I didn't see her.
Robin, there's a Hobby Lobby right up the road from my, what is it? What does it say? There's a Hobby Lobby right up the road from the fairgrounds. Yes! Yes, Anderson is a yarn addictor's dream. It really is, because it's like one road.
No,
you start at one, and then you go to the next and the next. Now, to be fair though, I never buy it when it's not on sale. It's always on sale when I buy it.
When you buy like 10 things of this, it's on sale.
Even when I buy, where? Say it. Where?
Walmart.
Yeah, because that's considered on sale, because everywhere else it's like more than that. So if I go get my Karen yarn anywhere else, it's almost $3.50 a skein. But if I buy at Walmart, it's $2.50.
Can you say loophole, boys and girls?
There's no cure for it. No intervention that will work. I was just getting to the end of... God, y'all are going so dang fast, I can't even see. I was just getting to the end of my yarn, and 2 ladies from church brought me about 60 skeins. Oh my gosh. They're building one here. Can't wait for it to be broke. I know. It's always cheap. Smiley's has Patton's yarn for... Oh. Okay, so anyway.
Amanda?
Hey, I thought, yeah, Team Robin, yes. I thought, isn't there some kind of yarn thing? Somebody help me out here. Karen, isn't there some kind of yarn thing that we can do? This backfired on you, Jason.
Yep. starting to see that.
I
now.
can't go to Walmart without getting yarn. I am almost right there with you.
No, you are right there. There's no almost. We, hand to God. Was it yesterday? No.
I didn't get any yarn yesterday at Walmart.
It wasn't yesterday. It was, when did I get my new boots?
Friday.
My bottom of my boot while I was at work, literally, it was flapping. It was talking to you. I said, I have to go get boots. Or right now. The shoes are over here. This away. The yarn is that away.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody please explain to me when we walk in on this side, why we had to go this way to get to the shoes.
And tell her what I said.
It's funny, and then we're sitting there, and we're just walking and talking, and she's like, you know, it's bad because I have this like magnetic, gravitational pull to the yarn.
We went the total wrong direction in Walmart.
And you know, Walmart's like half a mile. So we walked a whole mile.
Yep. And we walked all over Walmart. And I was like, crap. Because the yarn calls to us. Yep, it's a siren song. That's perfect. That's exactly what it is.
That's the biggest bunch of bull crap. So,
anyway.
Speaking of Friday. So,
Speaking of hot, it is hot as...
This is our greenhouse. Suck
It's
it up.
in here.
So, we haven't, what Robin was saying before, we haven't really come on and said, hey, this is what's been going on at the homestead. This is what we've been doing in a long time.
Yes.
And so, since somebody didn't prepare properly for their class tonight.
That's not what happened, but okay. We've been crazy all week this past week. But anyway. Okay, whatever.
And
remember we had the dog issue this week.
Okay, you're getting so far ahead.
Anyways, so go ahead.
So.
Oh man. It's all over the place.
Where's my scissors?
You better not.
So, as a lot of you guys know, I have taken a job, part-time job, with the United States Postal Service. I work every other Saturday.
Yes.
But I'm still kind of in training, and when they need help, they call me. Well, this week is what they call mail count, and it'll go on through next week. That means they literally physically count every piece of mail, every magazine, every newspaper, every package that comes through that post office. And it gets counted for each route. And that's how they decide how much to pay the people on those routes.
Right, because they do it by an hourly. Like they say it's 7 hours, it's 8 hours, it's whatever. It doesn't matter how long you take it to do it.
And so that takes time to physically count, and then you have to keep track of what the computer did when it was sorting the mail, if it put the letter in upside down or whatever, and you have to keep track of that. And then if you have any holds, you have to keep track of that. Any certified letters, you have to keep track of that. Blah 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 blah. And so I've been getting called in a lot this week. Because remember, I told you guys I was going to try to get some videos out this week.
Nope, that ain't happening.
Nope. Started editing on Monday. Got called in Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and it was my Saturday. Yesterday was my day to work. So that didn't happen. So that's what I've kind of been doing. We
had to take Apollo.
We had to take Apollo to the vet this week because he's a Roddy, which means there is a little bit of mental retardation there. And as you guys know, Apollo loves to chase the ducks until they fly. Well,
until he
sometimes
figured out the pond.
well, sometimes the ducks will just run into the pond. Well, Apollo is Apollo, and he wants to see them fly, so he will jump in the pond.
In the pond.
Whoosh.
While they're in the water, like to see if they'll just fly out of the water.
Just fly out of the water.
Which they will.
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they just swim a little faster and said, "Keep up, homie."
Mm-hmm.
And they turn around and look
Deuces.
at him. They turn around and they look at him with their Ducks t-shirts on that says,
Come at me, bro.
And he developed he got a bunch of water and stuff in his ear, and he developed the yeast infection
in both ears. Oh, by the way, I'm sure I've seen her name in here, but good call, Rebecca. Rebecca said that it would probably be a yeast infection and what they would give him, and so that was pretty, but that was exactly what it was. And it was
expensive,
and it was sad to watch because the poor dog.
But this will tell you how good Apollo is. And anybody, like, we had some douchebag come through there, and he saw Apollo and go, "Oh, it's a Rottweiler."
Oh, it was so bad. I was
and
like,
I said,
go back to your snowflake world.
I said, I got my dog. He won't be. Well, I've seen those dogs. 3 of those dogs just tear up a poor kid, and I'm like,
the problem's not the dog.
right, whatever, Snowflake. And so he kind of walked by like he was like Batman or something, walking on a ledge and just holding on to the shelf.
It was so funny. But of course, this was also a guy who had a man bun and the tight parachute pants or whatever.
And I was just like, okay, you know what, dude? And Apollo's looking at him like.
Well, the thing was, Apollo didn't feel well, so he was laying sprawled out.
Yeah, but he picked his head up to look at the dude because he was he was all pressed up against the shelf, and Apollo was looking at him going.
Yes, he was wearing flip-flops and those freaking pants that they wear now that have the elastic across the ankles. Yeah. I mean, like, it was...
Anyway, Apollo picked his head up and looked at him and did the whole Rottweiler head cock. And then he looked back at me to say, "And you called me retarded."
Mm-hmm. It was bad.
And he just put his head back down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Apollo, one, he knew it was coming. When we went into the room, he kind of knew what was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, lonely prepper.
And he put up a fight a little bit with me. He just laid down flat, and he wouldn't lay on his side like.
And when you say put up a fight, it was literally he was just avoiding.
Like, yeah,
he would just kind of use his body.
He would use all 140-something pounds that he is. They made him step on the scale.
And I called it. Didn't I?
Yes,
I said he is 135 pounds. Like, no joke, he's 135 pounds. And Jason was like, nah. He stepped on the scale with his little vest on, and I don't know how many of y'all saw it on Instagram, but she called it out. He was 141 pounds. And so they I was like, well, look, they're going to give him his meds based off of his weight. Yeah, so I was like, take his backpack off.
So he took a vest off and put him on, and he weighed
135 point something,
no,
almost 36.
It was 136.3.
Okay, whatever.
So he was using all of that. And when a dog just lays down, you can't just go and push him over. At least not one as big as Apollo.
And he's muscle. Like, to be for real, like, even though they want him to lose a little bit of weight, he is solid. Like, he's not fat in any way, shape, or form. It is muscle. Like, when he lays down, there's no getting him up. I mean, he is...
So we finally got him on his side, and they took a swab out of both ears and went and tested it. And of course, he turned into helicopter dog. And then they came back to treat it.
Yeah, and that was when it got fun because they put that wash down in his ears, and then he starts and there's fluid just hitting the walls, hitting the doc, hitting the nurse, hitting us. We're like, yeah. She's like, the lady's like, close your mouth.
He never growled.
Nope.
He never snipped.
Mm-mm.
Then the doc wanted to look in the.
He wanted to actually look in
the ear to make sure there wasn't anything on the eardrum or whatever dogs have down in there. And on the bad ear, he had to go down in there and was looking, and it was hurt Apollo because he started whipping and whining and bark.
But he never.
He never moved.
Mm-mm.
He never tried to fight the dog, and he never tried to snip the dog.
He just basically let him know
That it was hurting.
that it was bothering him. He was like,
our half-acre homestead, what's going on?
So, yeah. So, I mean, he never... And that's why they don't ever ask us to muzzle him. Mm-mm. They don't ever... you know, because he was in pain, and he still didn't, you know...
And in the mail, our seeds arrived from M.I. Gardner. We got some seeds from M.I. Gardner this year. And, of course, our rare seeds from Baker Creek. They all arrived. We've got over there, we've got cabbage up. We got lettuce up. Matter of fact, tomorrow, some of my cabbage got real leggy in the sprouts. So, plucking them, and I'm going to reseed. The lettuce I'm taking out of the starter trays.
Oh, so good. Look at it, the lettuce leaves.
Taking them out of the starter trays, out of little starter pods, and going to transplant them into the little triangles.
The triangles, the bigger ones, yeah.
Put them down on the bottom, and then we'll start our next round because we got to plant over 200 plants of lettuce. We've got over 100 cabbages we need to get in the ground. And
Amy asked, when do we start planting?
We started planting in about, well, we put everything in the schoolhouse underneath. Okay, there's our seed area, our seed starting area. There's 4 shelves, okay? And each shelf, as you can tell, has a light because it looks all nuclear over there. And each section holds. Oh, that's pretty good. I put it right back in the spot. What's up? And each section has its own light in it. We're still working with that setup. My very top ones, I had to lower the lights down more because a lot of those cabbage went leggy on me, so pretty much I'm going to have to start the cabbage over. But to answer your question, Amy, we start them like that. We try to start around the second week in February if we can.
A few weeks behind, a week behind.
But we got, with mail ordering and everything, we got way behind, and all of our seeds that we saved last year got wet and got ruined. So we got to start all over again. And we've got a little heater in here that we try to keep it about 75 degrees in here to help with germination.
Ferment. So your seed shelves are the same as mine. So please explain why you grow so much cabbage. First of all, we put the cabbage in early because of Georgia weather. We got to grow it, you know, sooner rather than later. And we're planting so much because, one, we're going to account for some of it not necessarily growing. And two, we love sauerkraut and coleslaw. And then we like cabbage. We eat a lot of cabbage in here. And unfortunately, it doesn't agree with everybody. I believe your exact words were, when Robin eats cabbage, she farts like a boss.
Your booty goes nuclear. That's why we don't have a lot of paint on walls.
Anyway, so we have to.
So we plant a lot. Amy, we'll just make.
Just blame the dog. Yeah, he does stink too.
Amy, we will probably eat in season with it, and then probably make a bunch of kraut and put it underneath the house.
Probably can some stewed cabbage too. We may do some stewed cabbage.
Cabbage,
so yeah, so I mean, we'll definitely preserve more than we'll eat.
Yeah.
Because the problem with eating like I like it sauteed during the summer. During the summer, you don't necessarily like to eat a whole lot of hot cooked stuff, so we'll can a bunch of it.
Mm-hmm. Now, if JC decides to bless us in every last one of these cabbages and lettuces and everything else that we're planting abundance of, if it all
decides to grow
and goes to fruition, the church right at the end of the road does a once a month food drive. It's not a drive, it's a giveaway.
But you know, the thing is, and because you're just throwing that out there, the last couple of times they've had it, they haven't really had a big turnout, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But the one thing that we always fail to kind of refer to is we raise all of our animals on the least amount of feed we possibly can. So if there's extra, by no means will it get wasted.
There's
it
a
will
lot
get
of
chopped
elders.
up and given to birds. It'll be given to pigs. It'll be
So, of course, the stuff that's not usable goes back into the compost.
Sure.
But we've also got some elders that live close by to us that we will be dropping boxes off at.
And if we really just have so much, there are a couple of farmers markets around here, so we may or may not try to, do that. You just never know. But we went with the attitude that we will probably lose some, so we would rather grow too many than not enough.
Yep.
Basically, what it boils down to, especially with the...
My papa always said that you plant the rows that you need for your family,
and then you
plant an extra row or two for those who can't. So
I did get sun. Look at my face. I'm red. Sorry.
So this week we're going to... How come the like buttons don't record the likes? I don't know. I noticed that when we came on to go live that we got a message from YouTube tonight that something about the chat box is now going to stay up for the replay. So I don't know if anybody knows anything new about what's been going on, but if now the likes are not recording, I honestly don't know. I'm very upset with YouTube right now, and I will...
Jason, you have the numbers hidden. It's a setting. Okay, we'll fix it.
I'll fix it. I'm very upset with YouTube right now. I am so upset with YouTube right now.
Well, they keep sending us crap about copyright crap.
Yeah, off of my 22 for 22 stuff. I pulled the music from the YouTube selection.
And put the credits where they needed to be.
So I don't understand that. But hey, whatever.
But
Robin made a video last year, 2 years ago.
A year ago.
It might have been 2 years.
I don't know. Anyway, we made a video about...
We were still a part of the Homestead Network when we did this video. So, Robin made a video on homemade laundry pods. It was one of our best producing videos.
A lot of comments, a lot of back and forth. It was good. So,
YouTube unmonetized it because all of Generation Crazy...
Generation Stupid...
because they started eating Tide Pods. Now, anything that has like Laundry Pod, Tide Pod, or anything like that, they unmonetized. So I sent it back for manual review, and it took them they took them like 30 seconds.
Yeah, normally we have to wait days.
Yeah.
Before they review something, and this one came back like immediately.
Flannel Max, how's it going? That's a new name. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello.
But it took them like 30 seconds to say it's been manually reviewed and the play stands is called. I'm like, whatever.
It was stupid.
Better not charge me a timeout. But
anyway,
I'm a little upset with that. So when I hit that thing of subs where you get a coach, that's going to be the first question I ask him. Because nowhere in there does it say anything about... That wasn't even a thing when we made it. Never said anything about eating them or anything. It was how to make them. He's using essential oils. So I don't...
It's whatever.
It is what it is. But you, little Miss Busybody full of sun.
Mm-hmm.
Today, Robin started pruning her muscadine.
So let's talk about that for a second.
I want to talk about that.
So the weather here and everywhere else has been absolutely nuts. 1 minute we're at 30 degrees, 20 degrees, and the next minute we're at 80 degrees, and then it's back down to 20, and it's been crazy. So typically we prune the muscadines the second week of February. And second week of February this year was right around Valentine's Day. So we had some things going on, so we didn't do it that weekend. Then the following weekend was Carol's birthday. So we didn't do it during Carol's birthday, but it was warm. And so I was like, I don't want to do it while it's warm. I'm afraid to do it while it's warm. So then the next thing, I was really concerned that with all of this weather that we have now. Oh, and a little bit of a backstory. Last year, I didn't prune. Because of this back and forth crap, I was like, okay, next year, I'm going to prune at the end of January when it's still definitely dormant. Well, yeah, of course, I forgot. And so it's second week of February, then it's the third week of February, and then it's the last week, so it's been crazy. So I decided that I would reach out to our county extension agent, just as a Hail Mary, just to see if maybe I would get something back from him. So I sent him an email, said, look, I have no idea what to do here. I didn't prune last year. Obviously, it affected my yield. And then we had that nasty storm, and it knocked everything that we had off the vines onto the ground. It was bad. So I said, well, what do I need to do? Well, within less than 24 hours, I sent it at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The next morning at like 5:30 in the morning, I get this email, and he's answering me. And then he's like, let me get with the viticulture expert, blah, blah. Here's a blog on this same thing. And I mean, within like 2 hours, I had like 4 emails on what I was supposed to do. So he explained the different parts of the buds and bud break and this, that, and the other. And the overall consensus was, I can prune. I just have to do it a certain way and make sure that I leave some things so that if some of it freezes, then the other parts will be okay. So that's what I'm doing. So today, we got out there, because I was going to do it yesterday, but then the kids decided they wanted to do something special for Jason's birthday. So we got out there today and started pruning. And I have sunburn, and I've got like...
I wonder if this is even recording for YouTube.
Why?
Look, the
right
time
here.
is not changing.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe I need to do this. Let's do this. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Oh, no. I told you, it's been...
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
There it
So,
is.
like, I have these big scratches on my arms from where all of the, you can't really see it.
You got red face though.
But yeah, my face is all red from the sun. So anyway, I went to get in the bathtub a little bit before the show, and I got down in the bathtub, and my arms were on fire, and I realized almost immediately that I must have sunburn, and then it started to really hurt, like where all of the vines got me, so it was not good. But anyway, I
didn't make anything.
Well, I made some vine, some
Well, that's
grapevine.
not true. I made a mallet.
Yes, you did. I made some grapevine wreaths, and we're going to be putting those up on the website eventually. I'm going to sell some of them just the vine.
Bare naked wreath.
Yeah, bare naked wreath. And then we're going to sell some of them. We may decorate them, just a very minimal decorative thing.
Hi, Laura.
So, and then, you always, when you look at Walmart's ones or the ones at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or whatever, they always feel like they're kind of flimsy. Like it's always made from much smaller vines. And the vines that I used are a little bit heftier because I have 2 years worth of growth, or a full year's worth of growth No, I guess it's 2 years because I didn't prune them the year before. So 2 years worth of growth. So I have some pretty long vines that I was able to weave, and they've turned out. I mean, they're beautiful. They're really pretty. And I've left some of the tendrils that were, that they attached to other vines to keep them up. So I've left some of that, and so we're gonna let them dry and kind of, get to where they're formed, and then I'm probably gonna put them up on the website. So.
And that's what happened today. And I made a pecan mallet today. I don't have a lathe, so I had to do a lot of sanding, and it's not completely finished, but it's almost there. I got a lot of more sanding to try to do to try to smooth.
Can you imagine how pretty that handle's gonna look? Are you gonna stain it?
It's a mallet.
Well, but don't you want to preserve it a little bit somehow? No.
I'm going to use it with my leather working. Oh, yeah, I started a new hobby. I started trying to teach myself leather working. Since I'm not...
Well, we got all of these animals that...
Well, I pretty much, after talking with...
Oh, you didn't do this.
Didn't do what?
Go ahead. Do your talking.
What didn't I do?
After you talked to him, what did you come to find out?
Well... I'm pretty much done trying with selling my fur.
Right.
Unless...
Ooh, we need to talk.
Unless they... How do I put this and not get shot by the fur mafia? In the fur market, in the fur world, okay, in the trapping world, you have your wild fur.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Shay Smiles, what's up?
What's up, Shay? What's up? Then you have your farm fur.
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there that literally raise foxes
in cages.
Otters, mink. Mink is a real bad one.
Yeah.
Some coons are starting to do that. And then once the coons get to a certain size, or the minks get to a certain size, they go in there and they
chinchillas. Yeah.
They slaughter them and harvest the fur.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what that does is they flood the market, and then the price of the wild mink or the wild bobcat just goes shoot.
Yeah, because
now I was supposed to go. We were going to hook you guys up this year, because me and we're going to run a long trap line in Ohio this year. And he called me and he said, we're not doing it. And I was like, did I make you mad? And he's like,
he had lined up a bunch of places for you.
We had over probably 2 miles of property to be able to trap. If you put it all, obviously, in the line. And that's a rough estimate. It was like close to, I think the last time he told me, I could be wrong, but I think it was close to 300-400 acres.
I don't remember. I just know it was a slew of land. So.
And he said, we're not doing it. He said because he had a fur buyer already lined up for us.
Had everything ready to go.
They were talking about, they were real excited because J-Nall and I were going to be the furthest guys south that they were going to be buying from.
Right.
The line basically with that company stopped with us in his territory, in J-Nall's territory. And so we were pumped. We were excited. And then that guy called J-Nall and said, man, I just want to let you know.
Fur market is crap.
Projected price for good large coons is maybe $5.
That's not even worth the gas to run the line.
And so J-Nall called me and said, you're not coming up here.
Not this year.
Not this year.
And then thank God we didn't, because the weather's been so wonky everywhere.
Well, here's the thing. The fur market report came out and it was horrible. It was
horrible. Yeah.
And I got to talking to a lot of my buddies in the GTA and a lot of other trappers over in South Carolina and everything. And all of them, we're not trapping this year. So
from my understanding, there was a kind of like a silent among wild trappers of remember the old blue flu back in the day? We kind of took a blue flu season. Nobody,
Not a whole lot of people trapping.
John didn't trap. I didn't trap. That's why you guys didn't get any trapping videos this year.
Yeah, we put absolutely nothing in the ground this year.
Steel out.
And really, we could have.
Oh, I had properties lined up.
Well, the thing is we probably should have. We were going to preserve some of the leather and the skin so that we could do stuff with it for the conference. But it wasn't worth the time and the effort that it would have taken to prep everything and get everything ready and take it out there to be able to sell a couple things at the conference. So
all of that being said, I'm not going to go another trapping season without putting steel in the ground. Robin and I talked about it in detail this year.
Well, during trapping season.
And from this point on, next trapping season, I will put traps out. And we are going to make stuff with our fur.
Yeah.
I may remove the hair on some things and make leather. We may make leather purses, wallets, moccasins, knife sheaths.
What I would really like to see are some like wristbands. We even thought about seeing if we could find like some old watches that needed some repair.
Yeah.
And then make leather bands
to go on the watches.
Yeah.
So I made
fur hats. Yeah, wristbands. See, that's what I was thinking. Real quick, before we get any further.
I mean, I've got a hide for a fur hat sitting over here in the corner for somebody, but they won't give me the size of their head.
It's been sitting there for almost 2 years.
It's been sitting there almost 2 years.
Real quick. Karina asked if the grape leaves were good for cooking. We've never used them. They don't get super huge like the wine grape leaves do. I mean, they do get big. Like, I have some that are maybe, but one thing we are going to do this year is we're going to do air layering this year, and I'm going to do a video on how to air layer. I just have to get the, is it vermiculite that I have to have? There's a couple of different mediums that you have to have in order to grow.
There are other things that you could use that do the same thing as that, but
whatever. I just need to make sure that I have this stuff so that could you make me some moccasins?
I could.
Yeah.
I could.
That guy's got a case of the big head anyway.
So, but with all of that being said, so that's what we're going to do.
With the fur. Yeah.
Now, I say that because this is my segue here. I say that because I'm starting to do the leather work. Like I said, I'm going to start making knife sheaths. And I'm going to start making more, so, I got my woodworking and stuff like that. There's an individual that now has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
He's in the chat box right now.
A wallet.
He is making me my maker's mark. He's making me two. He's making me a small one to go on my smaller projects, and he's making me one bigger that I can put on chairs,
furniture,
tables,
stuff like that. Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I'm probably also going to use it to one of the hats.
Right.
Put it in the corner or
right.
Burn it into the leather. Now he started a YouTube channel, and so I'm asking everybody right now in here if you could open up another window, type in JJL Forge, go give him a sub. I met this guy at the Homesteaders of America conference last year. I know zero about blacksmithing. And all I did was kind of sit in the back when Amy wasn't paying attention, so that way I could walk around and she wasn't, get back over there to your booth.
And just some of the things that he was saying about temperatures with metal and running the forge and stuff, I was like, I'm never gonna be able to get this. It's good to have friends
Who
that already know
understand
that.
it. Yep.
You know, so he knows what he's doing. I would like to see. I would like to, and I'll volunteer for this. If he makes a knife, and Ricky Wallace makes a knife, to see
Test them side by side.
Test them side by side,
That
and
would
I
be
get to keep the
cool.
knives.
I get to keep the knives.
So now I got 2 blacksmith buddies.
Don't ignore me, Jason.
I got Ricky Wallace, who makes probably the best knives. You know what? I'm gonna put this out there. Ricky Wallace makes the best knives on this planet Earth.
That you know of. Have you had one of one of Josh's knives yet?
No.
Okay, so for the record,
I mean,
as
those are
far
some
as
big
he
shoes to
knows-
fill.
So Wayne is in the house. Awesome. Nice to see you, Wayne.
Still not talking to Wayne. Don't nobody say hi to Wayne. See,
I'm not
that's
a
why.
knife maker, though.
See,
Oh.
that's why I say that.
Oh.
See, we talk. Josh is one of my dogs. I just got to introduce him into the
he
whole.
called you Boo earlier. So
I got to introduce him to the.
There you go. Amy said maybe not yet, Josh.
I'm not talking. I got to introduce him to the whole cornbread thing.
You gotta let him in on the
I
nose.
gotta bring him in on that.
Yeah.
So he's coming back
Yes.
to the Homesteaders of America
And-
America conference this year. And like me, he's doing a class
On blacksmithing.
on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Now, of course.
you'll have to choose whether you're going to go to his class or my class. And this is how you make the decision. If you have chickens or livestock, you should come to my class. If you don't, go to his class.
No, not of course. Don't start.
That's how you
Right.
make that decision.
Right.
It's simple. If you don't have any livestock and you haven't dove into the chickens yet, or if you're just getting started, or if you're looking for a hobby,
Mm-hmm.
you go take Josh's class.
Mm-hmm.
If you got chickens, especially if you got chickens,
Mm.
you come to mine. You come to my class. Because you're going to need my class. May not need it today. May not need it tomorrow.
And Deanna said, we do like blacksmithing. Yeah, there's another blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another
I mean,
one,
we're full of blacksmiths in here.
which is very cool. But I have chickens.
See? So you got to come to my class. So, if one of my mods could put up the link, please, to the classes for the Homesteaders of America conference, so that way everybody can... So that way people can look at the... Because those are not the only classes.
No, there are a couple others.
Yeah. But I will say this. Josh's class and my class.
Mine does both. Where do I go? I'm lost.
We are probably the best looking instructors that are going to be teaching at the time. So, here's the thing. When you're trying to make your decision about your classes.
Oh, this should be good.
This is going to be great.
Whoa, what just happened?
You knocked something over.
No, I didn't.
She's probably fighting a snake again.
Damn it! I mean, darn it! Call Blaze. Whoa! Hurry up, hurry up, hurry
I'm
up!
doing it!
Hurry up! Amanda said, hey, thank you again for calling Natasha last night. She loved it, especially when you caught Blaze. Yeah, and humble too.
Hey, get out here with a flashlight in the
look, if you're looking at the schoolhouse,
The
the
right
hand corner, there's a duck under there. I think she's fighting a snake. Go help her out.
Oh, Jesus! Hurry!
Hurry! Because I bet you she's got a clutch under there.
Dude, it is loud.
He's here. And attention, mouse.
No, there's nothing. He spooked it off, whatever it was. It might not have been a snake.
Well, Buddy said he saw one the other day, so the snakes are back out.
Speaking of, while we're talking about that, so we were walking around, now that spring has kind of...
Sprung?
kind of
But
sprung.
no, before you
okay,
get
go
there.
ahead.
So, this is how you pick a class while we're waiting on the report from the amazing Blaze.
Maze Blaze.
Maze Blaze.
I hope the duck wins. I hope so too.
Me too.
So, if you're looking at all of these awesome classes that is going to be at the Homesteaders of America Conference 2018,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't decide, let me help you out. Okay?
Just go on who has the pretty... No.
You got blacksmithing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trade. You
Mhm.
can make money off of this class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You got that class.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a canning class.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You can preserve your food.
Mm-hmm.
So those kind of...
Mm-hmm.
Even with mine, the predator control, you're protecting a food source. So
All Smiths
Okay,
matter.
we're all kind of about even, right?
Uh-huh.
Right? But this is where me and Josh go over the top.
Mm-hmm.
We are eye candy.
You're the only guys teaching, aren't you? Oh no, there's more. No,
Who?
There's the rabbit processing one.
Oh yeah, he's not
And
eye
then-
candy.
Aren't the other ones the
'Cause
rough hewn
he's like that
guys?
big
Aren't they
around.
doing something too? They're doing like
Yeah, but the rabbit guy is kind of cool though. He was cool.
he's very cool.
He's very cool.
And then the rock hewn.
He's not as
aren't
pretty
they,
as me.
Aren't they? Well, of course not. Yeah, hand hewn. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, hand hewn farm, and Jeremy's teaching also. So
Yeah.
Jeremy's the guy
But,
from.
but they're not eye candy.
No, I don't know. No. The hand hewn guys, aren't they good looking? I think they were good looking. I don't remember.
I don't know. I wasn't
mean-
allowed to see anybody. I couldn't even eat.
Yeah. Yeah, the super cool hipster look. That's right. I remember them. See? I mean, I don't remember them at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Dork. So, you got me and Josh. Eye candy. Just saying.
Anyway. But you know what, though? Josh can do something pretty nifty with his nose.
Yeah. Josh, oh, that's another thing. Josh can make his nose boop, 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 boop,
Wiggle.
and I can make my pecs dance.
Oh, yeah, you can make...
So, in all seriousness, though, if somebody could post a link for the classes,
They have a couple
There's-
of times.
you can't go wrong with picking a class.
With any of them. There's is Joel doing? Nope.
So, you can't go wrong with picking a class. I know there's going to be a wool class.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be, the blacksmithing class, the canning class, the predator control class.
No, we're not going to the Tennessee conference.
There's a Tennessee conference.
The one in Appalachia, the Great Appalachian thing, whatever that.
Oh, I didn't know that was a conference. I thought that was just kind of like a get-together kind of thing.
Anyway. Joel is doing Joel's lectures on Saturday,
Yes.
so.
My main man, Joel.
Mm-hmm.
He's my dog.
So bad. So anyway, I was going to say, now that we've done all this stuff for the class for the conference, now that spring has proverbially sprung, bees are out, but then they duck back in when it's 30.
My bees are so confused right now. I feel bad for them. They're like, yes, it's time to collect.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there collecting, and then all of a sudden it's like the temperature goes.
Pollen.
The temperature goes, shoo, and they're like, get back to the hive, get back to the hive.
Because we have pollen, like pollen cones are out now.
Mhm.
On the pine trees, they're out.
Well, they're out. My truck, my Jeep, my mail Jeep is covered in pollen every morning. My truck's covered in pollen, and my bees are doing this number. They're coming out of the hive, and they're kind of like dipping their toe in the water, like how you do it in the sun.
Mhm.
They kind of like dipping their toe in it.
Right.
And they're like, do we come out? I don't know. Do we come out? I don't know.
Yeah, winter in the morning, summer in the afternoon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so the bees have been crazy. Blueberry bushes are flowering. Asparagus is already up and ready to pluck.
It's time to cut the asparagus.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to have my pea stink again.
We don't have enough for your pea to stink for too long. But, because we're still established, I mean, this is our first year where it's actually...
We're able to harvest,
yeah. And then... Obviously, the muscadines, the buds are there, but we haven't gotten any bud breaks, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was walking around the rest of the farm just trying to take assessment of what needs to be done. Now it's time to clean up, get everything ready.
To answer your question, Laura, I'm starting to, yes.
So I was walking around the beds, the raised beds that we have, and I found a small sage plant that made it through the winter. And then we also...
What was it?
He said, I don't know, she was beating the hell out of something, but it was gone when I got there. She had eggs right under that corner of... She has eggs right under the corner of the bookshelf right here in the corner. So she has a clutch of eggs right there. Something was going after it, and she was beating the crap out of it. So we'll see. But anyway...
Just send me a message, Laura, and we can talk.
I'm waiting to see leaves on. Yeah, so then we...
Well, our peach tree, full blossom.
Yeah, we have blooms.
And
I've never seen so many blooms on that tree. It is completely pink. Like, I've never seen so many.
And we're going to get another late frost.
Yeah, and it's going to do just like it did last year.
And we're not
all
gonna get
the flowers are going to fall right off.
We're not going to get a single peach.
And then, so I was walking around the beds. I found a sage plant. We found 3 lemon balm plants, and then lo and behold, in the corner, a while back, Cherish had given us one of her little itty bitty white birds, her chickens, and it runs around with all of our monster chickens that we have, and of course
it got by the big rooster. So.
Yeah, so I was walking around cleaning everything out, and lo and behold, there is a nest of like 8 little eggs, and they're small eggs, so I know it's hers.
Yeah.
And then I went to walking around where we have set up our brooder area for the meat birds this year, and all the chicks we're gonna raise this year. And we've
One
already
of our mama ducks.
Right, we've already put, because we had some of the bedding left over from when we were doing chicks before, so we just went ahead and laid it in there and filled everything up.
We thought we were getting ahead of the game. We were like, woo, we're ahead
Got
of the
it all
game.
laid out, everything ready to go. And I walked in there.
And there's two
and
ducks?
there was, well, I walked in there the first time, and there was like 7 or 8 eggs. And they were all piled up. So it was like, okay, they were all covered up with feathers and stuff. So I knew it was close to when she was going to start sitting. And then today I went in there, and she has about 15 eggs. And she's sitting, and it's our mama duck that's like
the really good
the
brooder.
really good brooder. So she'll sit there with all of those eggs. Then in the other corner, because it's like a big long rectangle, so she's in the corner with her back to the wall so she can see everything. Then over here in this corner, somebody else has started laying duck eggs here. And then in the far corner over there, somebody is laying chicken eggs. So we've got somebody laying chickens, somebody laying duck, and then a duck sitting. So, What's up,
Josh?
We have, it's just crazy. So, Amy wanted to know what kind of ducks we have. We have Muscovies.
Muscovy ducks. I love my Muscovies.
Huh.
The restaurants around here love the Muscovies.
Oh, yeah.
We get like $7 a pound for the Muscovies here.
And if you've not had Muscovy duck, the breasts are like the consistency of a filet mignon.
Mhm.
Like, they are fantastic.
Yeah, we learned because somebody wanted to go beaver trapping with me one year, and she called a duck.
And the thing that ticks me off the most
Is I told you not to put the trap there.
No, not that.
I told you not to put the trap there.
No.
And I said, if you put the trap there, you're going to catch a duck.
No.
No, I'm not. I know what I'm doing. Shut your mouth. It's okay.
And
Please.
you literally, we went to the house. We brought everything back. And it's maybe 500 yards, 1,000
If
yards. Yeah. It is not far from the house. And so we walked back to the house with everything. And I started a pot of soup because it was cold. Because it was the year it snowed.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, I'll be right back. And I'm like, where are you going? I'm going to go get the duck out the trap. I'm like, there's no duck in the trap. He comes back, and I am not kidding you. He's holding, and the thing that upsets me is he was the only one that we have ever had. And we've been raising these ducks now for like 8 or 9 years easy. Maybe longer, 10 or 11. But he was all white with black and gray. Like, he was beautiful, like blue-gray. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, he was absolutely gorgeous. And I would have loved to have bred him and bred that color. And we have not had one since. Like, I mean, he was absolutely gorgeous. Bloodline went up.
Okay, Teresa wants to know, are Muscovy ducks greasy?
No, they're not.
No.
Do we ever render duck fat? Haven't done it yet. We've only, and that was the thing, we cooked that duck, because we were getting $7 a pound for the duck, we were selling it. We weren't eating it. That one, the way it happened, we had moved up here, and so we didn't have the connection yet to be able to sell them up here. And so we were like, well, I guess we'll eat it. So we let it sit for a day or two and kind of rest. And then we cooked them and ate them, and it was fantastic. So, you could have breaded and fried him. Yeah. Mm-mm. No, we didn't. We literally let him sit for 2 days, because you let him sit for a couple days to let rigor mortis, let it go through, and then it rests. Right. And then
especially, I think we let him sit longer than that because he got killed in a 330 conibear. So we had to let him bleed out
a little bit
longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was just a flying beaver that looked like a duck. I know, right? But I'll tell you, I mean, he literally came in and he's holding it by the head. And I'm like, oh, I should have listened. It really upset me. But yeah, so we haven't rendered the fat. Like, we weren't into rendering fat when that happened. That was like the first year we were here. And so we hadn't even really thought about doing anything like that yet. I do have a question, though. Does anybody that has rendered lard and then canned it? We have one can that is full white lard. And then we have several cans where it's like dark, a little bit darker, but then there's still, I guess, grease on the top that has not solidified. Does anybody know if we did something wrong? Do we need to drain it? Because this was our first, I mean, this legitimately was our first time doing it. So I don't know if we just didn't strain it off.
First time from killing to...
Right, from all the way through.
Yeah.
So using our own and all of that. So I'm curious because I don't want it to spoil. Because
you're using all of that for soap.
Yeah.
Anyway. So.
Yeah. Short Round says, hey.
Hey.
Just let it self-seal when hot and stick it in the pantry. We pressure canned it, right?
Yeah, we pressure canned it.
Talk to Mike. Okay, we'll ask Mike.
We'll call him Mike.
So, anyway. So that's basically what we've been up to. A little bit of here and there and everywhere.
So some of the things that we've got coming up in the future is we are going to be taking a trip to a certain person's farm and dropping off something. And
can I just say that I absolutely love our extension agent. He's already answered me.
So we got that coming up.
Mm-hmm.
We may or may not
do a video on that. It all depends on how far some legal things go in the process. We got more reefs coming up. I've hooked up. Oh, Amy, I need to talk to you, and it's about this right here. I need to get what booth rental is. My uncle is going to come down more than likely, but he wants to rent a booth. He is what is he? What do you say? Artist or painter?
Yeah.
And he paints scenes on saw blades.
Old saw blades, like the 2-hand saws. And
yeah. And he's gonna be working with us, and we're gonna help him sell his stuff through our website and showing you guys different paintings and stuff that he's done.
Well, the coolest part,
he can, if you take a panoramic view
or just a picture, whatever,
of your farm, and well, I'm not going to go to the website. Amy, I'm asking you directly. Take a panoramic or a picture of what you of your farm, and you get me that picture. I can get it to him, and he can paint that picture onto the saw blade. He's not very good with portraits, but landscape and stuff like that he can do.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go and look at it. I mean, it's not the redheaded stepchild of the conference already.
Meemaw.
But why you punch me?
Because you just were being mean to Amy. For real.
So what else? We got that going on. So as soon as we get that.
Isn't this why I built the website?
Yeah, but I'm special.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you didn't even wish me a happy birthday. I mean, I figured you could kind of, hook me up.
Wow, you really went there.
Yeah, I went there. Nice little jab. But as soon as we get some pictures of some of the stuff that he's done that he has available to sell now, we will probably do a special live stream on it. And let you guys see him, and then see that he is very, very talented. And unfortunately, I don't think he's going to be able to be doing it much longer because he's got the sugar.
He's got the sugar.
And as, of course, people with diabetes, as they get older, they start to have that eyesight. That, some of them go blind. Some of them have to start getting things amputated and stuff like that. So
there you go. 10 by 10 vendor space, outdoor, 150.
That'll work.
200 for double vendor space, outdoor.
Yeah.
Tinted space, 300.
So I'm going to try to get him to come down and have that. I know he has taken some of his saw blades that he's painted and turned them into clocks. So
I just think it would be cool, like if you took a picture of your farm
and then had it
commissioned. Like, I mean, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have
subject.
We're gonna have that. We're gonna have him. We're gonna commission. I want one of the two-man blade, not two-handed, the 2-man blade, the big long one.
Like the one I got in the shop.
And have it done with our farm, panoramic farm view. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
So.
He said, Mr. Jason.
I know, I read it. We don't need to reread it.
Yes, I know this well, Andy.
So, we are going to be, hopefully, tomorrow. I need glasses, y'all. So we may do a live stream and get y'all to help me pick out the frames that I need.
I won't be. I'll be at work.
No, you're gonna be coming when it's time for me to go get the frames. You're gonna be there. I'm gonna have to put.
Hey, Jack.
I gotta put glasses on.
Jason with glasses. I know he's sexy, y'all. You have no idea.
Hi, Jennifer. And so. We're gonna do that, and so that's gonna be coming up here in the near future. But we're also going to start.
Welcome to the over 40 club. Bifocals are on the way.
We're also going to start trying to get more videos out.
I'm gonna try.
Start visiting our website. We are going to start. Well, yeah, Robin and I both are going to start blogging. Robin's going to be talking about blogging a little bit about oils and stuff that's going on the homestead. I'll be doing a lot of the predator stuff, gardening, tanning hides, leatherworking, woodworking, stuff like that. Now, the reason why I say this is because we're going to start doing some contests and stuff. And some of the answers may be coming from the blogs. Mm-hmm. Now, Robin and I have also been talking about doing podcasts. Mm-hmm. And the reason why we're talking about doing like the podcasts and stuff like that, yeah, the podcast we may have to charge for the podcast because we're gonna have to pay.
We gotta host it
to get it hosted. So they may be right around like 99 cents for the podcast. But because of what YouTube is doing, it seems like just about every one of our live streams gets flagged for some reason or another.
Well, and I mean, we enjoy doing them and interacting with people. It's just it feels like when we put out the information, as soon as we put it out, it just tosses it to the side.
I'm not really even talking about the monetization part. I'm talking about it's getting flagged and they're shutting it down.
Shutting it down, yeah. That's what I was...
Now, most of them were that I've had to put up on a review and gone back and forth with in the email process and got them back up, but a lot of it had to do with, I think it was because we labeled it Saturday night live stream.
No,
I don't know.
Silly.
But I don't know. I'm getting very frustrated with the whole YouTube thing. What's a podcast? Is it like...
You actually read that.
I was getting ready to. But it's going to be kind of like a little radio show that mm-hmm. we're going to be doing.
Right.
And stuff like that. And we'll be interviewing different people. Like we'll probably have Amy For Real on the podcast one time. Mm-hmm. Maybe if Amy could hook us up, maybe we could get maybe Miss Stacy or somebody like that to come in and start talking about the conference and different things like that. And just trying to get the message out there. Mm-hmm. We're definitely going to be doing a lot of sustainable living videos in the future. A lot of that is coming. Mm-hmm. We're going to start doing a lot more teaching about how to live a sustainable lifestyle. That's just something that's very important to me, to get that knowledge out there, to get people to start thinking about that. We are a throwaway society, and there's really no reason for that. So...
Blacksmiths for the homestead would be cool.
Yeah, because see, with Blacksmiths for the homestead, I could have 3 different blacksmiths on at the same time. I could have Josh, I could have Floyd, and I could get Ricky. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing is, each one of them does something different.
Yeah, that's very true.
So be looking for us to start to do that. Our Facebook is going to get more active.
Okay,
the page and the group.
So that's the thing. Okay, so everybody's been asking about kitchen videos. I don't know how many of you remember, but our oven is busted right now. We have no oven. So until we can afford to buy said oven, and the thing is that the cabinets were built around the oven, I think. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to figure out, and that's why more of the reason why we haven't gotten one is because the size is wonky. So we have to decide what we're going to do as far as a stove, or like, are we going to take the stovetop off and just take those cabinets out and put in a full stove and oven, or what are we going to do? So that's
probably
the bigger,
what we're going to end up happening.
So that's the bigger thing. So I would love to do taco Pop-Tarts, but
for your outdoor area.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is as soon as we get that done, then because I can't tell you how many times I wanted to make Thin Mints this winter, and we didn't.
Yeah, because we lost that oven back.
Well,
What?
it's been months
Before
because-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was before Thanksgiving because we had to cook the oven, or we had to cook the turkey in that roaster oven. Now, I could technically
You should
cook
do
them in there.
You should do
But-
a lot of stuff. Videos. Well, I was meaning to talk about that roaster oven because you've whipped up some pretty good meals coming out of that roaster oven.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's basically what we've done. We got a lot of projects we got to do. We got a bunch of soap making needs to be done. We've got obviously all of the gardening stuff that needs to be done. I'm still doing my temperature blanket every morning. I haven't posted a picture lately. I guess I need to take a picture tomorrow. It's just getting really long now. And I still have 10 months to go.
So we're going to be doing all that, but seriously, there's going to be a bunch of good information coming out with sustainable living. Like here, we're going to show you how to make grow pots, flower pots, out of 2-liter bottles. That's coming. I'm just going to show you how you can make a vertical garden with 2-liter bottles.
What about the recycled paper?
And we're going to show you how to make a self-watering container again with a 2-liter bottle. We will show you how to make those Jiffy Pop pods with
Well,
recycled
kind of,
paper.
yeah. Oh, the little casings. Yep.
So we got a lot of stuff in the works now that I'm pretty much on a regular schedule. Now after this week, when we hit Saturday, I'm gonna have to work the following week. I'm gonna have to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday for sure because he's taking vacation. But after that, it's pretty much gonna be on the same rotation that I'll be able
Every
to get
other.
into the video making process and stuff again. We have the pig fat renting video ready to come out. Where the pig hide video, the second part of that one should be coming out soon. The butchering of the pig video, that should be coming out soon.
Yeah, we have everything, all the stuff. We just have to put it all together and.
So
anyway,
we're going to try to start spitting some videos and stuff out for you guys. But with all of that being said, it's 10 minutes until the dead.
10 minutes till Alderman Farms too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alderman Farms.
Choice.
I'm watching The Walking Dead. I love you, Tommy. I'm taller than you. I love you. But I'm watching The Dead. I just got a TV back where I can watch
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead. And it cost me like $2 a month. So I'm watching The Dead.
It costs more than that, but.
I mean, just for that channel.
I know a huge Walking Dead secret.
Somebody block her.
All right.
So remember, guys, be kind to one another. You never know what that other person is going through, what they're dealing with. And a simple smile, a simple hello, something like that could brighten somebody's day. I know you guys brightened my day. I had to work on my birthday. My phone going off every 30 seconds really brightened my day from all the birthday wishes. So be kind to one another. And remember, reuse, recycle, repurpose. Keep the stuff out of the landfill. Give our wildlife a chance. Anytime that you got the opportunity to vote and get it to where your downtown can be revitalized instead of them breaking down woods, ripping down woods.
To drown me in
Just
the
go.
bathtub and I twisted my foot.
Get them to reuse the downtown. Start them to get them to reuse them old buildings. Bring them up to par. They'll save money doing it. Get your towns to do tax incentives and stuff like that. And really, really, this next go around, we vote again in November. All freshmen. Let's get them out. All freshmen, because ain't none of them up there making any sense again. Like, if you haven't seen the assault weapons ban bill that they attempted to bring out, go ahead and give that 124 pages a read, and it'll make you want an all-freshman class. Trust me on that. Because I honestly believe that they threw that bill out there so they could just play the blame game back and forth and nothing get done.
Well, and then on top of that, elicit the responses of all their constituents so they could say, see, it's not my fault. I tried to do something, but my constituents don't want it.
Yeah. So
anyway.
But, you know, we all know that it's the guns. Well, I'm just going to shut up. Because the fork made me fat and the pencil misspells my words.
Right.
But we love you guys. Thanks for coming by and spending this hour and 20 minutes with us.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you again soon. What does that mean, soon?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Good night, y'all.